Welcome to Worthwhile Watches. I'm Rob. This is part 2 of a 5-part series of Rolex Submariner homage reviews with a final comparison at the end. Today we're looking at an impressive titanium dive watch from San Martin. But is it a worthwhile watch? This is the San Martin model SN0111-T, a Submariner style watch with some pretty remarkable specs for its price. This watch features the PT5000 movement, which is basically an ETA 2824 clone with hacking and hand winding, a 28,800 vibration per hour beat rate, and a 38-hour power reserve. My particular movement is running very reliably at about -2 seconds per day. Since its founding in 2016, San Martin has built a solid reputation for making high-quality, well-built watches at affordable prices. Oh no, not you again. AI Photobot 3000? I'm trying to talk about San Martin and you interrupt me with a picture of Steve Martin? Just get out of here. Just go. Anyway, initially San Martin produced homage watches of popular brands, but recently they've been making an effort to produce more original designs. This, however, is not one of them. The case is oyster-like, featuring supercase-like dimensions, including the slightly wider lugs and more substantial crown guards. The case and bezel are 40 mm, with a lug-to-lug measurement of 47.2 mm, according to my calipers. Thickness is 13 mm, including the domed crystal, and lug width is 20 mm. The weight, according to my scale, and sized for my 6 3/4 inch wrist, is 99 grams. The case finishing is extremely well done, especially considering this is grade 5 titanium, which is more difficult to machine than steel. Brushing is even, edges are nicely polished, and the transitions from brushing to polishing are nice and sharp. The case back is made of grade 2 titanium. It's totally sterile aside from being nicely and evenly brushed. There is a helium escape valve on the side of the case. I don't mind it being there, but I could easily do without it. If I'm ever under the water deep enough to require a helium escape valve, then I'm probably not coming back up anyway.
Hey there, nice watch. Thanks. Black dial dive watch, huh? Kind of bare bones, don't you think? Very humorous.
As is expected with San Martin watches, the crystal is sapphire with AR coating. The crystal is double domed, so there's no distortion when viewing at an angle. It's only slightly domed, so the crystal doesn't protrude much above the bezel. There is a slight blue tint to the AR coating that can be seen along the edge of the crystal, but it's so subtle I rarely notice it, so it doesn't bother me. There can be quite strong reflections off the glossy dial and crystal in certain lighting conditions, but a slight angle change should eliminate the glare. This watch has no date and no cyclops. Okay, San Martin, so far so good. But let's take a close look at the dial and see if it holds up to scrutiny. The dial is glossy black with neatly applied indices, including an applied hexagonal San Martin logo just under the 12 o'clock marker. The lume-filled indices are quite large with metallic surrounds, making them highly visible. The hands on this watch are of the Mercedes type and seem to be very good quality. This model can also be had with sword-style hands similar to those found on the Rolex Mill Sub. There are 3 lines of text underneath the pinion that read TC4, automatic, and 300 meter, 990 feet. I'm not sure what the TC4 means. Based on some of the website text, I'd guess maybe titanium classic. Not sure what the 4 refers to, 40 millimeters maybe? Whatever it means, it provides a nice red pop of color on the dial, and it's a lot better than some of the nonsense words and phrases on some AliExpress watch dials. Overall, the dial is legible, the printing is crisp and clean, and everything is finished to a high level of quality. The bezel is just as good. The insert is ceramic with precisely cut and filled numbers and markers all the way around. The scalloped edge is crisp, providing nice grip, and the bezel action is consistent and smooth with just the right amount of resistance and minimal play. The bezel alignment on this watch is spot on. The signed crown is made of grade 5 titanium. There is a ghost position when pulling out the crown, but there does not seem to be any date mechanics in the movement. The hands turn with nice smooth resistance, and the crown threads engage easily. Okay, so the case and bezel are also excellent, but inexpensive watches always have crummy, rattly bracelets, right?
Ooh, I bet that bracelet's gonna be rattlier than my old bones.
The bracelet links are also made of grade 5 titanium and finished to a high standard of quality. The top and undersides of each link are nicely and evenly brushed, while the sides of each link are polished. The links are adjusted with screws. The clasp is a milled double push-button type with on-the-fly micro-adjust. The clasp is made of grade 2 titanium and is just as well finished as the rest of the watch, with brushing along the top and sides of the clasp and a polished chamfer along the edge. A San Martin logo is also applied to the clasp. The bracelet tapers from 20 mm at the lugs to 16 mm. The clasp itself is just over 18 mm wide. The bracelet is comfortable to wear with no overly sharp edges. The on-the-fly micro-adjust is always a welcome feature and really helps to get the perfect fit, no matter the temperature, humidity, or season. Once again, overall, the fit, finish, and quality of the bracelet are excellent. But I bet they cut corners on the loom, right? This time-lapse shows that they did not cut corners on the loom. The BGW9 has been evenly applied to the hands and indices and glows with a nice bluish tint. The loom stays easily visible throughout this 20-minute test and works very well in real-world use. But what about the actual wearing experience? Being titanium, this watch wears nice and light. The 40mm case and relatively slim 13mm thickness make it easy to wear all day without getting in the way. Setting the time is a smooth and simple process. The titanium is nicely finished and looks closer in color to steel than many titanium watches that have a sort of dull gray appearance. The finish of this watch, while not quite as bright as stainless steel, has a nice matte luster to it. Reading the time is easy at any time of day, although the high gloss dial and domed crystal can cause some glare at certain angles and lighting conditions. The smooth and precise bezel action makes it easy to time events, and the on-the-fly micro-adjust clasp means you're likely to always have the perfect fit. I don't have much to complain about here. The main complaint I have is just a subjective opinion. I'm not as much a fan of the Rolex Super case with the wider lugs and thicker crown guards. The lugs just look slightly out of proportion to me. I strongly prefer the slimmer, sleeker, pre-ceramic 5-digit Submariner style case design. But aside from that, and a little bit of reflection off the crystal, I really can't find much to complain about. To get a fully titanium watch with a solid, reliable movement, ceramic bezel, sapphire crystal, on-the-fly adjustable clasp, and this level of quality and finishing, all for well under $400, is an exceptional value. Especially considering that you can get it for substantially less than that during one of the big AliExpress sales. So, this watch is sure to win this 5-watch comparison, right? Well, I wouldn't be so sure. The next one is a popular Swiss-made watch that comes in at just under $500, so not much more expensive than the regular price of this San Martin. If you think you know what it is, leave a guess in the comments if you want. Or let me know what you think of San Martin watches. We still have 3 more sub-style watches to review and the full comparison of all 5. So please like and subscribe if you don't want to miss upcoming videos. I want to say thank you to everyone who has watched any of these videos so far. This is a new channel and I'm just trying to get it up and running, so your views and likes and subscriptions are very much appreciated. And I'll see you next time. Until then, no matter what you have on your wrist, make your day worthwhile.